Good Sunday evening and thanks for watching the Eyewitness News. I'm Mike McDaniel. A 16-year-old boy was shot and killed last night after a house party in Hammond. The Tangipahoa Parish Sheriff's Office reports it all happened when several teenagers got into a shootout. Erica Ferrando has the latest on the investigation and what's being done to stop youth gun violence.
The deadly night started when a few teens at a house party in the St. Paul Loop neighborhood in Hammond started fighting and arguing, then turned to guns, according to Chief Jimmy Travis with the Tangipahoa Parish Sheriff's Office. He says a shootout happened right outside the house just before midnight Saturday, and a 16-year-old Hammond High School student was fatally shot.
We hate it. It's tragic, but it's something that we deal with. We deal with a lot of juvenile violence.
Another violent night, another young life lost to gun violence, and several teens now accused of murder. Chief Jimmy Travis in Tangipahoa Parish says a 16-year-old, two 17-year-olds, and one 18-year-old were arrested this weekend and face second-degree murder charges after a 16-year-old was shot to death.
There was over 30 rounds of spent casings that was located. We believe there was 3 weapons involved, a 9mm, a .40 caliber, and a 7.62 by 3.9, also known as AK-47 round.
When you hear about children engaged in violence or a victim of violence, and as a parent, it's just disappointment.
In addition, the NOPD says Friday night, a 17-year-old was shot and killed in front of a Baskin-Robbins in Mid-City, New Orleans. And in August, a 17-year-old girl was killed leaving a high school jamboree after party in Gentilly. President of the New Orleans Business Alliance, Norman E. Barnum IV, is sick of it. Because he sees more kids turning to guns, he's participating in a NOLA Youth Gun Violence Forum, moderated by Saints player Demario Davis Tuesday at Dillard University.
A short-term solution to just reducing the amount of weapons, but the long-term solution is how do we have conflict resolution in our kids that moves towards a weapon.
The goal is to have open conversations with young people and community leaders to find ways to steer kids away from violence.
The statistics shows the more education you have, the least likely you are to commit a crime.
Dr. Robert Harper with the Hope Initiative will be there too. He helps kids from middle school to college discover their goals.
We need help from city leaders, from community leaders, from business and industry leaders. Let's identify some internships, some job shadowing opportunities, right? Some summer employment for these young people so we can have them on a productive, positive track.
And I think it's through the education, and not necessarily the school's education, but the parents, teaching their children at a young age, about violence and about their temper.
That forum on gun violence at Dillard is by invitation only, but they hope to identify real steps to try and prevent more gun violence in youth. Meanwhile, in Hammond, Chief Travis says an autopsy will be conducted on the victim this week.